I'm Mr. MegaManFan. This is Homebrew Review, and I'm going to read this exactly like it's written. Ahem. It's the year 3006, and the evil rainbow invaders from the planet Paco are headed to Earth. They look like the ridiculous aliens depicted in 1980s arcade games, but are extremely dangerous, and their goal is to exterminate all the humans. You command a fleet of spaceships, and you must defeat all of the invaders to save the Earth. Good luck. I mean, good luck. Sorry, that was Herc's Adventure reference from JonTron. Good luck. I mean, good luck. I threw that one in just for Ryan Taylor. Anyway, this is Rainbow Invaders, which is, as you can tell, a Space Invaders game homebrew for Atari 2600, but this one has a twist. It drops power-ups, and the power-ups do some very weird things, and even knowing which one you're collecting is kind of strange. I think the symbol at the bottom is indicating which one you'll get when you collect it. But first of all, you have to be careful while getting it because the aliens are firing at you, and it looks like the power-up is another missile, but it's a little bit fatter, and it's kind of wobbling a little. So that's how you know when you're getting a power-up. If you move over that, it won't kill you like a regular shot. But the power-ups do some funky-ass things. One seems to freeze time for a little bit, where you can just fire shots at the aliens, but then you can't really see what the shots are because the screen is the same color as the shots you're firing. Another seems to draw the alien shots toward you. I don't know why that's a power-up. That seems anti-beneficial, a negative, not a positive, but the shots move towards you when the power-up is active, and I can't figure out how to turn it off. Another one seems to slow down time, where the aliens march very slowly toward you instead of their normal speed. These power-ups are freaking nutty, man. If you're expecting like the Space Invaders Extreme style power-ups from Nintendo DS and the Space Invaders Anniversary Collection, these aren't those kind of power-ups. You don't get like a bomb that destroys a group of aliens, or a laser that can shoot out a whole column at once, or a rapid fire that shoots multiple shots in quick succession. Rainbow Invaders takes a completely different tack. In fact, let me go back to the Atari Age entry for this game for just a minute and read you a little more that helps to explain what's going on here. Ahem. Rainbow Invaders is a new Space Invaders style game from Italian developer Silvio Magno. While many games this nature have been released for 2600, not to mention the countless Space Invaders hacks, Silvio's game adds a breath of fresh air. You are shooting at descending waves of invaders, attempting to finish them before they reach the ground. However, the aliens periodically drop one of 16 random special shots. Some help, and some hinder your efforts. Your ship also features a shield that will make you invulnerable for a few seconds at the expense of not being to fire again right away, which explains the lack of protected bases to hide behind. You can either use the shield or you can fire at the enemies, but you can't do both. Atari Age held a Rainbow Invaders label contest to design original label artwork. Nearly 50 entries were received. One entry from Nathan Strum was chosen as the winner and now graces the Rainbow Invaders label and manual. Once you reach the bottom, can you make it out alive? Rainbow Invaders can be purchased from the Atari Age store, which is correct. AtariAge.com/store does have Rainbow Invaders available if you're looking to pick it up in a physical form. But as is true of almost every Atari game we cover on Homebrew Review, you can try it for free for yourself. Try before you buy. You don't have to buy it first and then decide, man, why did I spend the money on this? I don't really like it. I'm not having fun. Yep, you can actually get to experience the game for yourself and then decide if you want to plunk down your money. Not many homebrews can do that. A few that have like a Kickstarter backing project that gives you like a beta version will let you try it before the finished version, but that's not always the case. Anyhow, Rainbow Invaders is only $25 if you do want it physically. I don't see an option for getting a box with it, so it appears to just be the cart itself and a full color manual. If they released a box version, they must have run out of stock a long time ago. Atari Age Store does say that sometimes. If you want a box, it's for a limited time only, and once the box is gone, we won't have more, sorry. So sometimes it's an option, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it was an option, and it just expired. Is this a good game? You want to know what it is if you want to buy it? If you're not going to try it, right? That's what Homebrew Review is. If you're not going to play it, you want somebody else to tell you. Well, I like Rainbow Invaders. Not as much as a more traditional game like Bob DeCrescenzo's Space Invaders for Atari 7800 or the Space Invaders hack that puts the full rows of columns of aliens on the 2600, albeit with blocky graphics, but at least it gets the full display on the screen. I like that version better. I like Bob's version for 7800 better. But this is interesting. Interesting sometimes in a good way and sometimes in a bad way, because as the description said, the power-ups can both help you and hinder you, which definitely explains why when you get the one that the missiles are drawn right to you like a magnet. That's one of the ones that hinders you. It would help if you knew which one you were getting and had some control over that so you could choose not to pick up the ones that totally suck. But I guess that's also the challenge of the game is if you do get one that sucks, you better turn on your shield for a few seconds and protect your neck. Otherwise, the stupid power-up that you picked up is going to very quickly kill you. But if the shield only lasts for a few seconds anyway, how much good is that really going to do? Because if you still have the power-up when the shield runs out, those missiles are still going to find you. So you could just choose to avoid the power-ups and then shoot the aliens, but then that's kind of missing the whole point of what Rainbow Invaders is. So it's a strategic choice. Take a risk, get a power-up. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. You got to decide that for yourself. I wouldn't necessarily make this my first choice for a Space Invaders game, but as a quick distraction from regular Space Invaders, or even regular Atari 2600 Space Invaders, the original, what shall we say, the game that launched a million VCS, it was the killer app for the VCS before it got rebranded as the 2600, because everybody wanted to play Space Invaders at home without even realizing that that was largely unfaithful to the arcade Space Invaders. It was still good enough for people at the time. And I'm not saying it's not good enough. In fact, if it wasn't good enough, this version of Space Invaders wouldn't exist because Rainbow Invaders is based on that Space Invaders. So I think most of the time I would prefer to play that over this because sometimes the power-ups in this version are just a little too wacky and uncontrollable and so randomized that I find it actually can hinder as much or more than help. But if you play it in a demo for free, download the ROM, fire up OpenEMU, RetroArch, whatever, you can have a little fun for a little while. I guess I'm saying I wouldn't pay $25 for it. I'm sorry. I mean no offense to Mr. Silvio Magno, but it's just too randomized for me. I like the idea, and maybe within the limitations of the Atari 2600 programming, this is the best you could do. You couldn't actually make the missiles that are power-ups flash a different color to show you what they are, or take on a different shape to indicate what they are, or some sort of description text on the screen to tell you what they are. There's just not the capability to do that here, so he's working within the confines of the system, and I understand that, but it's just a little too frustrating. But it's fun for a short while. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. This has been Homebrew Review, and of course, thank you for watching. New episodes every Wednesday, new content every day. Like, share, comment, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe because it really helps out. But until the next video, or until next week's Homebrew Review, whichever one you come back for, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.